What's going on, guys? You already know who it is, man. It is your boy, Jerry Pittman, and we are back to react to this new one, the 2. Man, I got a banger for y'all. Another banger, bro. Another Tommy G banger, man. We got how American guns get smuggled into Mexican cartels, bro. You guys been fucking with the Tommy G videos, man, just as much as I have. Been running it up with the views, running it up with the likes. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, you guys continue to show love, continue to go crazy. I just recorded a video where I was expressing my gratitude and apologizing for how I was kind of late with recording. Just got kind of busy over the weekend. I was uploading videos that I had recorded previously over the weekend. Couldn't get out any new content yesterday, but we're back stronger than ever, man. You already know this mission doesn't stop, bro. This mission doesn't stop. We upload every day. Most consistent reactor on the 2, man. Anything you guys want me to react to, send it my way, and I got you guys. Because you know we're not afraid to react to anything over here. You know we're not afraid to react to anything over here. We're reacting to anything and everything that you guys want me to watch. So we got Tommy G, another banger, man. Every time I post these, because fuck with it. So we're just gonna jump into it. Yeah, title sounds interesting. So you already know, man. I watched Narcos, watched all of that, bro. So shit, man. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what it's really like, dude. It's crazy how he gets himself in these kinds of situations.
Would you say you had a dangerous job?
Yeah, but most dangerous you can have. It's literally just was trying to get away and sending it from out way from out of the jail. I didn't go through the full day. I ended up sending it to somebody to take it to California. And they had me for anybody at the end of the day.
2019 was like a Wild West days out here. We're changes every day. And what are the odds some of the high right now? It's all pretty good because these are all Scotties. At what age did you see officially join the organization?
It's only about 39 years old.
We spoke to a cartel member last night that alleged that one of the ways to get through is paying off border patrol, paying off police. Yeah, I would not disagree with that. What was the cost?
That's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy, but like, damn, hundreds, thousands. Yeah, I was gonna say it has to be hundreds or thousands, dude.
How our Mexican cartels have accumulated is hard to fathom. With Jalisco's new generation cartel and the Sinaloa cartel leading the charge, these paramilitary crime syndicates have global reach. They are heavily armed, deeply connected, and absolutely ruthless. Specializing in drug trafficking, human smuggling, extortion, and more, these organizations pulling billions of dollars every year. And the United States plays a part in this because the ugly truth behind some of their power is American guns. Now, as Americans, we get mad about the fentanyl flooding across our border, but what about our guns that are flooding into Mexico?
Can't be hypocrites.
We expose the pipeline. From cartel operators to U.S. gun smugglers running thousands of firearms across the border to the law enforcement agents fighting to stem the flow.
I wonder how they're able to contact like both sides of the story. You know what I mean? Like, how do they contact like the sheriff without him knowing that they're going to talk to like actual cartel members? I wonder if he snuck those in.
Most of the people I know just either their people either got hit by 1 to 3 people that got out to 80 people, or just had some shit happen or something. Some people didn't want it. They got found out. So Mexico's just doing something now. States like some state troopers, border patrol, and Phoenix.
So do you have a fear that you did a bad business transaction that someone would come looking for you?
All from my work and all of the situations. So the small business, I'm in business. Myself as well as civilians out here trying to money. So you're gonna have the gun itself, where the gun is, who's the one that's gonna get it, who has it, I go buy that off that person.
I wonder if there's like any legal consequences for Tommy G for posting this shit too. Like, I don't know, like knowingly meeting up with these gun smugglers. Like, can he get in trouble for this at all? Does anybody know? Let me know in the comments, man.
They decided to order their public workers, drivers, and just 1,800 Mexico lucky units.
So you don't physically drive across the border?
Oh, shit.
Would you say you're doing this job?
Yeah, but most dangerous you can have. Because you're not just dealing with, legal issues, you're also dealing with territorial issues.
For those not familiar, the Sinaloa cartel is one of Mexico's most feared and notorious drug cartels. It was led for years by El Chapo Guzman, a ruthless kingpin famous for a global crime empire and escaping a Mexican prison in 2015 for a long term. He was recaptured in 2016 and extradited to the United States, where he's now being held in ADX Florence, America's most secure prison. He's locked up alongside people like infamous gang leader Larry Hoover and the Boston Marathon bomber.
Oh shit, dude.
Sinaloa's keepers never looked more uncertain.
That's fucking crazy, so he'll probably never get back out again. I'll know when you get fresh braids, man, when they start to itch, bro. New hair growing in.
Alright, folks, we have a sheriff point up from Pinal County. He's had a lot of experience in the field. We're interviewing him as well. You have the wildest collection of patches I think I've ever seen. We interviewed a cartel member last night. What are the odds that he would be sitting on given the control they have in the area? He's not sitting there, and he's risking his life. What's your process to do it?
It's literally just start getting away and sending it.
I'm very confused by this whole process, bro. He just nonchalantly just dismissed it like that.
People that do that, people like to console right now, like, your typical name, something like that for my group. If I'm not about the job, I can get it for $5.
Do you work for one primary cartel, or do you freelance amongst many? Is there any difference in how difficult it is to do business from the Biden administration to the Trump administration?
There might be a couple hiccups, but it's about business as well. Honestly, it's crazy because we're not catching back to the right now. People are scared to go. It's too risky, like the careful of it, Just like some of the shit is below your car. 20 bucks. Like imagine trying to cross the border, like thinking about it, and if the street can be actually go. So,
noticeably more difficult now that Trump is on. Under Biden,
Dude, that's honestly
a free flow of everything. The people have stopped coming across so much. I mean, we're way down. I think we were at about 7,000 to 12,000.
honestly, I lost my train of thought. I had something to say, but like I lost my train of thought as I was thinking about it. Oh wait, no, dude, that's honestly crazy. Like to see like the difference. I don't know when this was recorded, but like to see how quick like the difference it is that they said like business is different from the Biden administration to Trump. Like that's crazy to me, honestly. I wonder when this was recorded, because like, bro, I don't know. I wonder when it was recorded, man, because like how long does it take for like plans to change and like business to adjust? You know what I mean? Like,
at what age did you officially join the organization?
bro, how is he more chill than them?
Governor accountability office that found that 70% of firearms found in Mexico trace their roots to America. Does that surprise you?
What do you guys think, man?
Closer to 89%, maybe? How much
Damn.
cartels have in place of Vegas and Arizona?
So does Mexico not like manufacture guns at all? Why do they have to get their shit from America? I mean, I know America has heavy artillery and shit, but like, is it like this all over the world? Do people love American guns like that?
On the American side, they have a very smart business. Like they don't, they're being a little more overt about their stuff, but just to have a lot of in your face, like you do in Mexico, right? We don't have rolling gun battles here. Sinaloa holds pretty good control of our state. They have not given it up. They've been there a lot of years. Are there people in America that are officially part of the cartel, or they only do it in Mexico? Now, according to Arizona law, these gun smugglers can face up to 10 years in prison if caught for the crime. But what's interesting to me is the same U.S. government that will hammer these guys for selling guns also like to sell a lot of guns overseas themselves. This has happened a lot of times in recent history, but let's just highlight a couple of recent examples. Take the Soviet Afghanistan.
Bro, this is why I fuck with Tommy Deep, because he like he doesn't play both sides. Or did I say that right? He doesn't like, he's not biased towards one side. He's always gonna like call out like America's role in this. Like this isn't Mexico's fault single-handedly. There's no way that this is Mexico's fault single-handedly. Like we have to take some accountability on our side. Just as like we get mad at them for letting drugs get pushed through the border. Like I feel like they have every right to be upset with us for letting guns get pushed. But I mean, at the same time, you know, like business is business. Everything, drugs and guns are way different. So,
the Mujahideen to win the battle against the dreaded Soviets at the time. Fast forward 3 years later, the same Mujahideen fighters that we armed with the guns that we gave them, some of these guys later turned into the Taliban, which is really good for the military-industrial complex, because this fueled another 20 years of war and profit. And most recently, the United States politicians and arms manufacturers, we've sent billions to Ukraine and Israel. And some could say the U.S. taxpayer is indirectly responsible for the deaths of tens of thousands of people, including women and children. So while a low-level smuggler might spend...
Bro, Tommy G raised good points, man. Just fueling war just makes people happy, bro. Fills pockets. That's, I mean, at the end of the day, someone's got to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way we sent all those funds over for no reason. You know, we have to have some type of gain in this, and Tommy G is explaining that perfectly right now, man. That's why I fuck with him. Another reason I fuck with him so heavy is because he's up to date with his knowledge, bro. I can watch his videos like literally just all day. I get hyped when he uploads because I get to react to it for y'all.
Because when the violence is industrialized, it's no longer a crime. It's just good business.
What did I just tell you guys, bro?
About the cartels, like basically they're glorifying terrorist organizations.
That's not what the issue though. It's on media, it's also brainwashed, and they say, oh, the cartel, it's on this whole area. And you go there, you kill them, this and that. Yeah, the cartel might go to a specific area. Well, as long as you get it there, you're not probably in trouble, or you're not, they don't steal nobody, or just sell anything, or if it's just down the terms and like checking everything together.
Do you think that's a fair picture of American media makes it?
No, that's easy to label something that you can tax. You gotta take care of a lot of people, you know? The government ain't helping. You see cartels sending, you know, flight bombers and people in the United States who do not shoot it, and if you're gender across anything, you know, most of the things that cartels do, unless it's something that it's working and for over some money, that's when they'll do our things and percent America.
What do you think about Trump potentially enabling cartels terrorist organization?
That he just started with the people on their side.
What do you think would happen if Trump tried
Y'all already said, man, it goes both ways, man. Everybody has to be held accountable for it if you're gonna start doing shit like that, because like you said, man, it starts with us, starts with the way that we handle our guns. I mean, I'm not one to say that, you know, guns shouldn't be legal or anything. I fully respect the Second Amendment, and I think everybody should have the right to bear arms if, you know, you're capable, you know, mentally and responsible, you know, mature enough to hold that, possess it, be responsible enough to keep it safe. But at the same time, we have to blame ourselves partially for the problem that's going on over there, because, you know, we're allowing it to be so easy to smuggle across, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get politically canceled or anything here, just trying to offer an opinion.
Early in the news, the U.S. and the Trump administration is considering using drone strikes against the Mexican cartels. How do we know if these stories are biased, how they're being framed politically, if we're getting the right scoop on what we're being told? This is where sponsor of today's video comes in.
Oh. Alright, y'all welcome.
They are very family oriented. I can tell you from the Mexican side of my family. We have family gatherings all the time. We're trying to get together and you know, all this kind of stuff. The difference being when they go to work, it could be to go skin somebody alive. That's their enemy. You know, this road in particular is a major smuggling route, and I've had a lot of faces on this route. And what road we on Stanford Road, these mountaintops will have scouts on them. So all of these valleys out here have routes where they are pushing people and product up, and they use those routes. The scouts guide the roads when they get up here to kind of the civilization. That's when they'll hit these regular routes, blacktop routes, on the freeway, shoot up into Phoenix, because Phoenix becomes the hub. And what are the odds? I don't know right now. It's all pretty good, dude, because these are all scout hills. Why is torture used so often amongst the cartels? So you don't wonder, go to a gun store, say some I get flagged, okay, that's a mission that went astray. If not, how often would you send a guy like me to get it again and again and again?
It's really kind of strategic in a way, because the way the background checks work is it will show up as either pistol or rifle. It doesn't go on the system as a specific ammo. Unless the ATF decides to test sample source store, get 5,000, and then just not it.
Damn.
You're selling the feminized guys to gun violence in Mexico.
Yeah.
Do you blame the guys in America selling to them?
No, I just blame the shooter again.
How do you feel about being involved in a business that arms the cartel?
It sounds worse than it is in a way. I mean, think about it is, what I'm doing is basically doing what the larger corporate companies have done.
You ain't even lying though.
You know, Taliban has guns made in the USA. What I do is I still make those people, you know, the big corporate, big gun industry, still gets money from it. But I also make some money myself in a way. I just don't know if they're already exposed yet.
Somebody else is always gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Not to condone this type of behavior or anything, but like, I mean, he's breaking it down like for real, dude. Like, if it's not me, then someone else is gonna do it. So, shit.
So gun smugglers will risk prison time for a few $1,000s of profit a month. And what about the big players of what some would call the military-industrial complex? Let's just look at the Russia-Ukraine war, for example. Rocky Mountain stock at all-time high. Raytheon's production lines are going off the charts. Billions of dollars in weapons float across the Ukraine border and across the European nations that are gearing up, looking to refill their arsenal in what has proven to be one of the biggest...
War makes people rich, guys. You guys have to wake up, man.
This is where the gray area comes in. Is this right? Is this wrong? Because whether you look at Ukraine, Israel, Afghanistan, one man's freedom fighter is another man's terrorist. I don't know the answer to all this, but what I do know as a tax-paying citizen is what I've gotten out of the deal. I've had soldiers, civilians, destruction, a bad reputation globally, while these companies in the military-industrial complex have reaped the profits.
Yep. Fly under the radar and make all their money, man.
Well, I don't think the gun manufacturers make the guns to give to bad guys to, like, pillage and carnage their own countries, so I don't think that's a good way of looking at it.
What made you choose this job over anything else you could have done?
Honestly, the government wanted so large interest in guns. And I've heard the money's there, and I'm looking to, you know, find some input. You know, honestly, I think this is a lot more to get substitute than drugs, safer than drugs, less processing.
What do you guys think about that too? Because I was talking earlier, talking about how guns and drugs is obviously way different. But what do you guys think about that? Like, do you really think it's that big of a difference morally? I don't know. I feel like both are kind of quite destructive. But I mean, I think either way, it's just about like getting to the money. You know what I'm saying? He says he loves it because, you know, he has a throat for it. I feel like most of the people kind of getting involved and stuff like that. Like, I feel like a lot of people just do it for the money. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. To each their own. This guy said he has a throat for it. He loves the game.
Offering me guns for fun, and like trying to like, you know, how to gang in the country. That's what you think. I think I was some kid who went and robbed the bar. I found this in the bar. He was here to have a gun, so he came to me and he said, "You should come out there. You want to have a little weed."
How much money did you get?
Probably like $70. Same night, I said, "I can train you to somebody to take it to California and make money on somebody on the day."
2009-10 was like a Wild Wild West phase. Like, we were in chases every day. No vehicles, stolen vehicles going south. So they would go to Phoenix. They could have a stolen vehicle out of West Phoenix down here within about 40 minutes. And so they would run stolen south. They would cross them over because there's parts of the border just south of us that are just above our fence like this. So they would put that shit, drive across, and drive the stolen into Mexico, load up the boat, and then drive it back northbound under the dark night. And so we would be out here in night chases with them, going after blacked out vehicles, chasing through the desert, trying to get them before they got die. The scouts would coordinate their movement. So we would have counter scout operations where us and border patrol would
Shit,
together to try and take the scouts off the hills when we knew were coming. So they were flying blind essentially. And then under the last presidential administration, it was so loud that stuff. Nobody was stopping them. So there was so many of them that there was just a flood of people coming through, a flood of boat coming through. Border patrol was tasked out in all these other areas. It was like the monopoly for us, man. I mean, we were up against, you know, tens of thousands of people, and it's really not even our job. Like, the immigration piece is not the sheriff's job, but we were stuck with a lot of this stuff. Our military was essentially teaching other countries how to defend their country, right? Guys, we've got to cover some more cartel history because American guns are not the only thing that the United States has contributed towards the rising dominance of Mexican cartels. Let's take you back to the mid-90s to Fort Benning, Georgia, at the School of Americas, where for decades and still today, this was a place where Latin...
Oh no, I've heard of this school, the School of Americas, bro. This shit is like, didn't they teach people how to like torture at the school? I didn't know it was for Mexican cartel members. I thought it was for, fuck, what was it, dude? Because I saw this in a documentary, bro. I thought it was for like maybe Middle Eastern like tactics. I feel like I don't know, man. I'm trying hard to remember what fucking documentary I saw it from, but I thought they were training like Middle Eastern like special intelligence or something. Y'all let me know in the comments below.
And things like urban warfare, interrogation tactics, and psychological warfare. The School of Americas has since been renamed due to many former students committing various coups and human rights violations across Central and South America. Classes here are taught in Spanish and oftentimes led by U.S. Green Berets. One of the groups that was trained here was GAFE, one of Mexico's elite special forces groups whose job it was to...
And then why would America go and teach the rest of the world how to do this shit? Like, what is the logic behind that?
Combat narcotics operations. In the 90s, about 30 of the GAFE guys eventually defected from the Mexican military to work for the Gulf Cartel, which they later left to create their own and one of the most feared cartels of all time. The majority of scholars agree that this was not some CIA psyop on purpose, or rather unintended consequence on the part of the United States. However, there are known cases of former special forces guys being put on the cartel payroll to teach their soldiers and sicarios advanced tactics. Just food for thought as we look at the history of how some of these cartels came to be. What's been the biggest month in rap so far?
I think the best one I had was I made 70K for months.
Damn. No, but thinking about it, 70K isn't even that crazy, bro. To be risking your life, I mean, I guess they said you can get up to 10 years. I mean, is the risk worth the reward? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know in the comments what you guys think. 70K in 4 months. Like, I feel like not to say like that's easy at all by any means, but you can definitely do that. Doing something legal, my friend.
Have you ever been visited by a thriller agency? How is that?
For sure. Anyway, one of the things I want to do with that is you want to have them talk to you. You know, doing that, I was able to find out what they knew about me. You know, what else more to where I went wrong, other factors, and how much they knew.
So you kind of stayed silent and let that. This is the Obama solution here. Just so you're camping out here and someone's hospital. Yeah, we've had that happen where there's people out here either hunting or just camping for a weekend, and they'll have a stolen vehicle in the middle of a chase or run right through their campsite. And then last night to the interstate to get away from the cops. And so this whole area is kind of again, just like the other area, high points. You have scouts. There's usually scouts on this hill, and there's scouts a little bit deeper in, and they sort of watching over the valleys. The cartel member we spoke with last night said that if drone strikes were taken against the cartel, we really escalated against them. There'd be a ripple effect over there. Would you see that as a potential adjustment that really results badly for the American citizens? No. If they just look historically at the U.S., they would understand that that's a really stupid statement to make. I think it was Japan that ruled the dragon, right? I don't think they understand what they're saying. Like, that's fine to say, and there's a lot of cheese going on. Okay, if you mess with me, I'm gonna come after my family, I'll come after your family. That's all funny, good. But when you go to war on the U.S., that's a whole different level of us that we're not gonna put up with, and I don't think they understand.
Hey man, what do you guys think about what he's saying, bro? Are we not to be fucked with? Or do you think they have a chance, man?
I hate that would come their way if something like that would happen. Did you ever have sympathy for some of these guys that, like, hey, well, I don't agree with what you're doing. I get why you're in your own situation. I mean, again, having a wife that's Mexican, there's some of her family that are involved in some of this stuff. I don't hate them. It's family, and they're doing what they think they need to do to get by. And again, it's all circumstantial, man. What you're facing in your life and how you're dealing with it, I definitely have sympathy. I don't think it's right for them to do what they're doing to get their money or to get ahead or whatever. But I can't fault them for trying to get ahead and people over their family.
Dude, he's exactly like me. This is exactly how I feel. It's like, bro, like, I never condone this shit, but it's like, dude, who am I to tell you, like, not knowing anything about you, who am I to tell you what to do to make money? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't fault you for doing what you think is best in this situation. Which, I mean, shit, dude, drug or gun smuggling or sex trafficking. I mean, sex trafficking is a whole different ballgame. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is just fucking disgusting. It should never be condoned. Like, at all. There's absolutely no reason to be doing such devious shit like that. Like, when it comes to selling, like, drugs, especially, like, if you're, like, pushing, like, I don't know, like, green and ganja just to get by. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like, to each their own, but that's just, I agree with the cop with what he was saying about it.
American media, like, it's almost like these guys are monsters. Like, these guys are normal people in a way. Yeah, they're normal guys and gals in the sense that, just like us standing here, we can sit and have a conversation. Now, in the right circumstances, would one of them kill me if they could? Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't get real personal. They're just trying to do their thing. And so, it is what it is. So, you would survive on your own early age.
Yeah, well, all my sisters really much just fucking helped it down. Once I see, like, the pressure put on them, and, like, it takes a toll on me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the youngest of mine. When my mom was locked up and my father passed away, you know what I'm saying? It was really just me and my siblings. And I don't, my older brothers don't have papers. They're in Mexico, you get me? And one of them already died. So it's just me and my sisters, and I don't think they can really get involved. So I really gotta, like, either step in or step out. Once you get into this, like, the money's here, this shit really will hit you, a little bit. And that extra, especially in our society, where the bills take up everything, all the money you make, every job you have, every dollar you make is gonna go to a bill. You get me? At least now, right here, I'm able to feed my family, pay my bills, and still, we'll have some fun.
Well, a lot of you guys are on this. If we were in a group right now, they look like hammered dog shit, and they just beat up because they've been hiking for 4 or 5 days through the mountains. A lot of times they're drinking a concoction of, like, meth and fentanyl and cocaine, so they're all wired up, not feeling shit.
What the hell, bro? What the hell kind of concoction is that?
There's a street bullets every time, so you can see there's kind of a depression here, and bushes and stuff like that. You can see how the grass is kind of beat down, which means there's been people in here, and then you'll start seeing the black bottles that's traditionally smuggler trash. They carry the black bottles with water all the way up to Mexico. There's parts in Mexico where they're buying all this stuff, they're buying the camouflage, they're buying the black bottles. They black them out so that they're not shiny, visible, and so you'll see them kind of scattered throughout here. You should start seeing some of the clothing and stuff. So they, like, by the time they get to this point, they've already been backpacking for 4 or 5 days up from Mexico, and they get here, and this is kind of the final staging point where they will kind of hang out and wait for a right to come get them. And so typically speaking, so they kind of discard their clothing, discard the trash that they have, and jump in a right and go. So they'll get in this little cut here, and you can kind of see from the grass pressed down. They'll just get here and rest and wait for the right to come get them. And I mean, we're about 10 yards off of Interstate 8, and so come pull up, and they'll jump out of this spot, go load into the car real quick, and then they're off and running. One thing they did start doing too is when they know that we are onto them because of the stuff they're leaving behind, they would start collecting it all into a trash bag or whatever, and then they would have one person take it off 100 couple yards away so that they can give away their position. Do you have any opinion of the new Mexican president, Sheinbaum? I guess she changed things.
Oh, I didn't even know that they have a woman for president. Damn.
So it's business as usual. Mexico officials are being paid off, resources are getting paid off, and business keeps going. How hard is it to divide?
I mean, I watch Narcos, so this information isn't really new to me.
Compare America and Mexico. You can black people here.
You can bribe people on anywhere.
And border towns, I don't know what you're saying, in some ways paid off. At least 3 points.
Bro, Y'all think that's accurate, or you think he's just kind of talking out of his ass trying to make us look bad? Bro, three quarters of the officials that are supposed to be out there are doing dirt. You think so? I feel like that's pretty high. And like as much as like I keep my eye out for stuff, you know what I'm talking about. Like as much as I keep my eye out, I feel like even 3/4 is still pretty high. I feel like maybe just below, like under half. But I mean, also I'm not from that area, so I really don't know. I mean, this dude, who am I to tell this dude that like it's more or less? I mean, he's actually allegedly in it, so could be right. Could be on the
How much does it cost to buy a gun?
Well, it just depends if it's a one-time thing, you know, like, don't go to work. So if it's an online thing, you come on the salary, you know, pretty fucking up.
There's really not many American cops out there like that. We spoke to a cartel member last night that alleged that one of the ways they get through is paying off Border Patrol, paying off police. Yeah, I would not disagree with that. I know from the years that I've worked that we had compromised Border Patrol agents, we had compromised officers, so same thing. They, they make a lucrative offer to somebody who is not making very much money, and people compromise their integrity for that.
It happens everywhere, man. Not just America.
We worked the case when I was working undercover. We had one of our guys that was involved, and we had to work a case on him and ultimately arrested him with the FBI. I'm going to throw out a number he said, which I think is kind of crazy. I want to take on it. He said, about 60-70% of the Border Patrol cops he's full of shit.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I was like, dude, even like, bro, that sounds like a fucking crazy number, bro. 3/4, like, I don't know, bro. That's just me though. But this is the cop too.
Are more easily compromised, and on that side it is the threat of violence. Because way back when we talked to a compromised Mexico police officer, and he told us it was as simple as this. I was trying to be a good local cop. I was just watching traffic. I was stopping speeders, and I got blocked in my two vehicles. And a guy gets in the passenger side. And he said, "Hey, you know who I am?" And he said, "I knew who he was. He was the local cartel boss." And he said, "Hey, we want you to work for us. All you have to do is not be on this road from these times to these times, right?" And the guy said, "No, I'm not. I'm an upstanding citizen. I'm not part of your crew. None of that crap." He said, "Okay." Here's a picture of your wife and family, and we have eyes on them right now. And you basically have 60 seconds to make your choice whether you're with us or against us. And if you're against us, then your family's going to pay the price, right? And so all I had to do was not watch this road and keep my family alive. And so it wasn't much money at all, dude. You're talking a couple grand. And for that particular time, right? We think that he had done it more than that, but you're talking a couple grand. What do you come from?
And this is why I'm like so conflicted when I talk about like my opinion in this video, because it's like, bro, like what else? What other choice did he have? You know what I mean? Like his family was literally being threatened, so he has to do what he has to do to try to keep his family safe, man. It's not like he can go to the authorities, bro. Mexico is like a lawless land, and not to like make fun of anybody or like try and shit on the country or anything, but like that's just the state of like what it is, man. Like you guys always see it on TV. You remember when we used to go to high school, man? We pull up in the morning, bro. Somebody just searches Mexican cartel and they're showing you somebody's head getting cut off, and it's not even like 7:30 in the morning, bro. Like, are you kidding me? What kind of bullshit gore is that, dude? So it's like, dude, like I can't hate on or like try to judge someone who's in this position, because it's like you don't know what they're going through that made them that pushed them to this point. You know what I mean?
I didn't believe and didn't quite buy the numbers that many U.S. Border Patrol agents or U.S. cops were bought and paid for by the Mexican cartels. So I called another Sinaloa contact of mine to see if he could add some.
Bro, how do you have a Sinaloa contact, bro?
Here's what he said. Would you agree with the stat, 60 to 70% of them? What is the cost to buy a Border Patrol agent? Even after talking to this guy, I still doubt those numbers. I feel like these guys only come in contact with Border Patrol agents that are corrupted, so in their view, all of them are. But I just can't believe that the majority of Border Patrol agents are. I just don't think it's true. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
I have to agree with Tommy G. Damn.
In a good month, how many guns can you get across the border? 1,000 guns.
That doesn't shock me.
We spoke to last night claimed that in a typical month he might be able to get 1,000 guns across the border. Do you think that's credible? That's absolutely credible. Is it possible he's downplaying it? Probably, yeah, because he's not going to get his bosses in trouble. So you have a few runners. There we go.
Damn, that's true. I wasn't even thinking about how like, damn, they could be lying just because they don't want to get themselves caught up, or like, you know what I'm saying, like get themselves how do I say, like located so that they're able to get found by like their bosses and shit, because they're not supposed to be doing this shit, bro.
Because obviously you don't just scroll up there, like you get to meet them at large. You have to, like, how do you initiate this? What does that mean? Tell me about the clashes going on right now. Are things fairly stable, or is there a lot of battles happening?
Well, I mean, that's always going to be, you know, some war between ours. It just goes to its burning terms. Right now, it's active.
The danger he's speaking of refers to the war currently happening within the Sinaloa cartel. Since El Chapo's imprisonment in 2017, the group has splintered, with two main factions now holding power. One is led by El Mayo, a co-founder of Sinaloa, and some say El Chapo's equal. The other is Los Chapitos, led by El Chapo's sons, known for being younger, flashier, and more aggressive. Their turf war has triggered a range of violence, including this recent story detailing the deaths of dozens of teens in Mexico. And from what I've heard from sources close to the action, this fight is not expected to end anytime soon. What attracted you to this El Chapo?
Honestly, the government.
Bro.
Is it terrifying working for a cartel?
Careful, but terrifying.
As long as you follow the rules and kind of do honest business, you're kind of in good standing, there's nothing to worry about.
Businesses are.
But one thing I wanted
Has to be propaganda.
to see your perspective on is Trump's claim that the majority of people coming over are murderers and rapists. In my boots on the ground journalism, I found that most of the people are just looking for a factory job, fast food job, and not a murderer. Do you feel like that rhetoric was accurate or a little overblown?
I would say that depends on the area, dude. Because like this area right now, we see military-age males all camoed out, moving up, and those males are all at that right gangster age, and a lot of them, when we jump the groups, they are gang members. So if you're talking this area, absolutely, he's absolutely right. This is Floodville out here, man. It's all gangsters, cartel members, guys that are trying to find a way. You'll have a few good people mixed in with that are really just looking for a better life. The other problem that we saw here in Arizona was a lot of these military-age males, when they got to the border and got across into the U.S., they immediately discarded their passports, any IDs, anything like that. They got rid of them, burned them, whatever they could do with them. Why the hell are you going to get rid of your ID if you're not up to something nefarious?
So it did seem sinister.
Yes, absolutely. What's your advice? Is it possible to leave, or are you prediction? Yeah, go ahead.
You can step away. You just like putting your reserves up. As long as all your corners are covered, you turn into reserves. So if you're
Is that accurate?
better show up.
How dangerous is it for you to even do this interview?
I'm risking a lot.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm like, dude, how do you find these guys? They're not supposed to be doing this shit.
And folks, for all the readers out there, get this book. I got the link in the description. If you want to learn more about real boots on the ground law enforcement experience, I recommend you get it. Links in the description. We're legend of the Mexican cartels have long fashion. It's my goal to cover the story of Mexico one day if I can find the right context to do this safely. Email me at TommyJMcGee123@gmail.com or DM me on Instagram to reach me if you think this might be you. I also want to remind you guys to check out Grounders because I think in this era it's more important than ever to be properly informed and aware of what legitimate news might be or whether it's biased propaganda. And finally, let me know in the comments how you think the gun smugglers compare to the military-industrial cartels. I appreciate you guys.
Hey, that's gonna be it for this video, man. Let me know what you guys think, bro. I thought that video was fucking fire, dude. I'm not gonna lie, especially like being a fan. Like I told you guys, I'm a huge fan of like Sopranos, like shows that have to do with like organized crime, like anything like that. So this was really cool for him to do a deep dive and for me to be able to react to it for you guys. Hopefully he does like some more videos like covering, like he said he was trying to get some more contacts. I don't even know how he finds these contacts in the first place. Like there can't be, like, how does he verify that these people are like telling the truth? You know what I mean? Shit's crazy, but his range is fucking crazy, and I love it, dude. So I hope he keeps posting. I hope you guys reach out to him. Yeah, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this whole topic of, you know, like Mexican cartels and, you know, how they get guns and what they're smuggling, and if you think it's bad or I don't know, bro. There's a million topics that he went over in this video. So just comment below your opinions. Let me know if you want me to react to anything. Like I always tell you guys, you can leave it in the comments, send it to me, and I'm gonna get it to you guys because I am the most consistent reactor on the tube. Not afraid to react to anything. Appreciate you guys tuning in, man. I don't really got much more to say. As always, see you in the next video.